Good morning. So today we're going to be taking notes on something new. So get out your notebook and either your markers or your colored pencils, whichever one you like to use. You can do this with a pencil if you'd like to, but I know for me, it helps me when things are in color. So if you would like to color with me, color with me. If you would like to do yours just with a pencil or a pen, that's fine too. So just like last time, I'm probably going to use markers and colored pencils so that mine will be easy for you to see. I'm also doing mine on white paper again, just so it's easier for you to see. You do yours in your notebook. I have to do mine on white paper because it's hard for you to be able to read it if it has lines on it. And it's on a camera. And also, me doing it on a white piece of paper makes it look a little bit more like it would when we're in class and I'm doing things on the board. So get out your materials and let's get ready to learn about something new today. All right, now that I have all of my materials out, I'm actually going to move my colored pencils because they're going to fall off my desk. You might be able to see, I've gone ahead and drawn 2 circles on my paper just to make it easier for me to explain this to you. So today we're going to be talking about the Earth and how we find points on Earth and how we measure them. So what I want you to do is I want you to draw 2 circles on your paper. So one at the top, one at the bottom. And I want you to draw them so they're big enough for us to draw inside of them and write on them. All right, now that you have your 2 circles drawn, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna write across the top, latitude. Latitude. So for latitude, I'm going to write in a red marker to help you understand what's latitude and what's the other thing we're going to talk about. So sometimes latitude are called parallels. You might recognize this word from math class, because the reason we call them parallels is because latitude is a line that runs this way. So it's a line that runs across the Earth from west to east. So the lines run from west to east. Now this is going to sound a little weird at first, but I'm going to show you how we use them. So we use these lines of latitude to measure things. They're flat lines. And they run across the map. That's why we did latitude across the top, because they go across. Latitude, across. All right? So, all lines that are latitude start in one place. They start in the middle of the earth. This is called the equator. So the equator, it's the middle of the earth. It's where all lines of latitude start or begin. Okay? So this one here in the middle is the equator. Now, these are imaginary lines, so we don't really see them in real life. So there are lines that run all the way down the globe. So to help you understand, I'm going to make this look like a globe. Make it look more like the earth, a map. All right, now that I've made this look a little bit more like the earth, let's talk about a few more important things to know about latitude lines. So latitude are measured in degrees. So degrees means that little dot that is beside this 0. This is the degrees sign. So you've probably seen this before when you're looking at the weather. Usually we measure temperature in degrees. So let's draw an example on our map. So I'm just going to draw a straight line. I hope this is straight. Yeah. And we'll draw another one. And one that comes here. So the whole map has these lines that go across it. You'll see this better in a few minutes. We're going to do an activity together where I'll show you a map that's measured out like this. And we're going to actually find points to make this make more sense. So for example, this line might be 90 degrees north, because it's in the top half of the world. So it's in the northern half. Down here, around the same place, might be 90 degrees south, because it's in the southern part. Like I said, this will make a little bit more sense once we start practicing it. So let's do our next piece so that we can move on and try some of this. So we're going to put another L. Our next word is longitude. Longitude. Do you have any idea why I might be writing it down the paper this way? If you guessed that it was because the lines go down the earth, you would be correct. So these lines run north to south. Sometimes they're called meridians. So sometimes you'll see them called a meridian. The reason we use the word meridian is because just like up here, where there's one that goes through the middle of the earth and it's the equator, there's one that goes down the middle of the earth and it's called the prime meridian. So the prime meridian goes down the middle of the earth. To help you understand this a little bit better, I'm going to do exactly like I did last time and draw in some continents and some oceans and make this look a little bit more like Earth. Alright, so now that looks a little bit more like Earth, maybe we can understand a little bit better. So, just like last time, these are measured in degrees. So exactly like last time, measured in degrees. So last time, the lines went west and east. This time, our lines are going to go up and down. So my lines aren't perfect. They'll be better looking on an actual map. But the way we measure these is the prime meridian in the middle is 0 degrees. So this one is 0 degrees. And then you move out. So 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees. I'll show you a little bit better in just a few seconds on our next activity. It'll make a little more sense when we have better looking grids. So let's mark one. Let's say this one is 10 degrees west, and then we'll need another line. This one over here might be 10 degrees east. So like I said, we'll see that again in just a few minutes. We're going to practice this lots and lots and lots because I know this is confusing the first time you learn it. So let me show you the way I like to remember longitude. So latitude over here, I told you it was flat lines. And over here, the way I remember it is the word long. Long lines. Because longitude has the word long in it. So I always think about a piece of paper like this one, and I think The long side of my paper or my notebook is the up and down side. So the longitude, the long lines, would go up and down. All right, I want you to make sure that you have this copied in your notebook. I'll take a picture of it to post so that you can see it a little bit better if your video isn't clear or something. And we're gonna do a little bit of practice. So copy this, pause the video and copy it, and the next thing we'll do is a little bit of practice.